Welcome into the Max Stern Athletic Center for this Motzei Shabbos matchup between the Yeshiva University Maccabees and the Mount St. Mary Knights. I'm Yosef Silver alongside Avery Stepner as we get set for what should be a good one. Now, Avery, obviously this is the last game of the regular season, looking to the playoffs, but how have these teams done so far in this season?
Yeah, so this is the end of the Sideline season, and YU has been up and down, but they're firmly sitting at the 3 seed, so no matter what, they'll be playing Purchase on Tuesday night in the first round playoff matchup. On the other side, the Knights have had a rough season, to say the least. They are currently at the bottom of the Skyline Conference, but they're going to look to build some momentum going forward to next season with a win today.
So who are the key players to watch in tonight's matchup?
Yeah, so for the Max, it's going to be senior Ezra Siklik. He is not coming back next year. This is his last game in, regular season YU basketball. He'll be starting tonight. He's an awesome player, awesome guy. I'll be excited to see him.
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it here for us at the Max Live pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with prayers, Anthem, starting lineups, and Max basketball.
The best source of news today is JBS. And viewers should understand that this has become the public square of the American Jewish community. This is where they can get 24/7 information, understanding, analysis, sympathetically, honestly, accurately. JBS should become the address of choice.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. Huge thanks to JBS, the Jewish Broadcasting Service, for helping bring Yeshiva University basketball to a national television audience once again this season. With many thanks for the kind support from the Hode family and gratitude to Hashem. JBS's mission to celebrate Jewish life and culture aligns perfectly with showcasing the dedication and skill of these amazing Jewish athletes. We're thrilled to be broadcasting with JBS and sharing the Max journey with the JBS audience. So Avery, in the pregame show, we spoke about, kind of how these team seasons have been doing for the Max, being locked into 3. Zevi Salmon not going to play tonight, and Max Zackheim also going to be out. We mentioned Zachary Siklik is going to be Ezra Siklik, I'm sorry. Shout out to our assistant producer, Zachary Siklik. But we're going to send it down to the PA announcer, Rabbi Freundlich, who has prayers and anthems.
Thank you, Rabbi Freundlich. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin tonight, it is senior night here at Max Stern Athletic Center. And we'd like to recognize all of our seniors here this evening playing their final regular season home game. But before we begin, we'd first like to senior, the 6'5" forward from Garfield, New Jersey, number 21, Tyler. And the final senior, the 6'4" forward from Delaware, New York, number 24, Ben Chisholm. Congratulations to our Mount St. Mary seniors on outstanding careers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor the McAbees, our first honoree has served as manager of the men's basketball program for the past 3 years, and his efforts will be remembered for years to come. The work he does for the program behind the scenes has proven invaluable, and he will not be easily replaced. A strategy and entrepreneurship nature with a 3.53 grade point average, our first senior, the man with the tailored suits, Joel Weinstein. Our first student athlete honoree is the embodiment of the true student athlete. He has appeared in 14 games for the Max over the last 2 seasons, and after last season he garnered the prestigious Brent Sarachek Award, given in remembrance of former YU men's basketball coach and Hall of Famer Bernard Brent Sarachek. The award is presented to the YU men's basketball player who best demonstrates the teamwork, dedication, and selflessness associated with a former coach. A mathematics major with an impressive 3.75 grade point average. Our next senior is Ezra Sicklick. And Ezra is being accompanied by his family. Where's the Sicklick family? Where'd they go? Where's the crew, Kenny? There's the Sicklick family. Our final honoree has made his mark in the men's basketball program over his 3 seasons as one of the most athletic players in recent memory. He has appeared in 61 games, tallied 273 points, grabbed 101 rebounds, and has served as a force on the defensive end with 58 steals and 47 block shots. This season he registered a career-high 15 points at USMMA, and for the season has shot a blistering 51% from the field. A business analytics major with a 3.32 grade point average. Our final senior to be led to the floor by his family, number 20, Effie Freundlich. Get out there, Freundlich family. And once again, let's have a round of applause for our seniors, manager Joel Weinstein, Ezra Sicklick, and Effie Freundlich.
students and how you too can be a Maccabee. Starting with the visiting Mount St. Mary Knights. At guard, the 6'1 junior from Campbell Hall, New York, number 1, Brendan Graham. At guard, the 6'2 senior from Campbell Hall, New York, number 13, his brother Ryan Graham. At guard, the 6'4 senior from Belmore, New York, number 24, Ben Toussaint. At guard, the 6'5 sophomore from Garfield, New Jersey, number 12, Connor Siren. At guard, the 6'6 junior. At forward, the 6'6 junior from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, 6'4 junior from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, number 14, JP Egan. And the Knights are coached by head coach Ryan Kadlubowski. For the YU Maccabees, at guard, getting his first start as a Mac, the senior, 5'10 from Woodmere, New York, number 5, Ezra Sicklick. At guard, 6'3 senior from Lawrence, New York, number 20, Effie Freundlich. At guard, the 6'5 junior from Tel Aviv, Israel, number 13, Roy Itzkovich. At forward, the 6'7 sophomore from Givatayim, Israel, number 55, Yoav Ruselka. And at forward, the 6'8 sophomore from Great Neck, New York, number 21, Luke Cronin. And as always, the Macs are coached by head coach Elliot Steinmetz. Now, Avery, who else are we, we mentioned in the pregame, obviously Ezra, and, Ryan Graham, Connor Siren. Who else are we looking out for tonight?
Yes, for the Macs, you saw in the pregame ceremonies, Effie Freundlich, also a senior, will be heading out after the season. He's been a mainstay on this Macs team over the past 2.5 years. He's an electric player, a fan favorite. He gets you jumping out of your seats quite often, so excited to see what he has to do tonight as he's given the chance to start.
Yeah, definitely, and big shout out to, in the pregame ceremonies, big shout out to our seniors, obviously Ezra and Effie, and a big shout out to the Mount St. Mary seniors that were honored as well, Ryan Graham, Ben Toussaint, and Connor Siren, who have really been staples of that program.
Right. Yeah, they've had a lot of success over the years. I mean, they've always been a tough game for Yeshiva. All great players that we've enjoyed watching and competing against over the years. So as big as it is for the Yeshiva team, for these seniors, also important to keep in mind the Mount St. Mary seniors and what they can do tonight in their last game.
Yeah, and speaking with Coach Kadlubowski, who, just as a side note, we spoke with him, every year with them being in our division. Happens to be always a great conversation talking to Coach Kadlubowski. But he mentioned just the leadership he's gotten this year from Ryan Graham and Connor Siren. That obviously, looking at 2-13 conference record, 3 wins on the entire season. It's obviously not easy to, continue to head into the gym today and work hard. They were eliminated already, 4 or 5 games ago from playoff contention. And that being said, the 2 seniors, Graham and Siren, they really encourage the guys to, come in, put in the work, even though it's not for this season, and even though, maybe they won't reap the benefits of the development of the younger guys, they understand what it takes, that you have to just keep putting your head down and keep moving on. And that's something Coach said he really admired about his guys.
Yeah, it shows a lot about the character of the people. I mean, that counts for something as well. They've had a lot of success in their career. They played in a lot of big games. Didn't happen this year. But I think when you look back on these guys from Mount St. Mary, you're going to look at them with a lot of respect and admiration for what they do and the way they went about their day-to-day, basketball activities over the years. And same can be said with some of the seniors on YU. And important to mention, the great manager, Joel Weinstein, electric manager, the best in the game. So it's his senior net as well. So big shout out to him.
Of course, we talk about players being fan favorites. Well, Joe Weinstein is a player favorite here at the Max Stern Athletic Center with these Maccabees, known mostly for his, illustrious suits. Obviously we have our own S.J. Tannenbaum, but, only rivaled by Joe Weinstein and his pink suit. Tune into Zevi Sammet's podcast, episode 1, for the story behind that. As we get the tip off here, that tip is won by the Knights, as Brendan Graham will take it from Mount St. Mary. Ryan Graham, back to Brendan. JP Egan at the top. Down low to Toussaint. Toussaint in the corner. He's going to take it in. Cross court to Ryan Graham. Yoav defending him. Egan again at the wing. Graham, shoot. No good. Graham gets it back. Off a tip from Graham. Graham taking it inside. Back to Graham. And now it's JP Egan puts it up. And that's good from JP Egan. 3-0 Mount St. Mary. Effie Freundlich, after the Macs make good work of the Mount St. Mary press. Cronin top of the key. Inside to Effie. Now Ezra in the corner. Fans already yelling at him to shoot. Cronin, Freundlich, pump fake, puts it up. No good, as that was blocked by J.P. Egan. Going forward to Ryan Graham. Roy Itzkovich on him. Graham taking it up and gets the layup off a strong finish. As Selkirk was the first. As now it's Brendan Graham. Back to Ryan. Inside, Siren puts it up. That's good from Connor Siren. So we've seen pretty good offense here from the Knights so far.
Another steal by Mount St. Mary that leads to a bucket. But you wonder if this being their final game, if they play a little more loose and take a little more, chances and shots that they wouldn't normally take. It could lead to a fun game.
So 9-4 Mount St. Mary, and especially you were saying that this is the last game for Mount St. Mary, but as that's a Brendan Graham 3, which is good. So they've just been on fire. Pass is stolen. Ryan Graham puts it up. Back-to-back Graham 3s, 15-4. Not even 3 minutes into this game.
Yeah, and you wonder if Coach Steinmetz going to call a timeout here, get his team a little settled down. I know the game doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, as Coach Steinmetz got enough to call a timeout.
As Coach Steinmetz calls a well-needed 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Hey Max fans, this is Joseph Gittler, YU class of 1996, founder and chairman of Leket Israel. The skies are reopening, so come and volunteer with us in Israel as soon as you make it here. Please also consider supporting us as you think about your charity. And of course, go Max!
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. As the Knights have jumped out to an early 15-4 lead. YU struggling to deal with the press of Mount St. Mary. Especially Mount St. Mary trying extra hard, trying to close off their season on a positive note. Ryan Graham puts it up, no good. Ben Toussaint fighting for the rebound, gets it, puts it back up. No good, rebound again for Toussaint. Toussaint going up, blocked by Osaka. And now it's Roy Itzkovich on the rebound. Ryan Graham defending him in the backcourt. Now Cronin taking it forward. Oselka, Siklik. Ezra Siklik now to Oselka again. Inside to Luke Cronin. Cronin putting it up, and that's good from Luke Cronin. And now it's Brendan Graham. Ben Toussaint puts it up for three. Front iron. Roy Itzkovich lost handle on it. Now it's Ezra Siklik. Been a bit of a sloppy game here for Yeshiva. YU once again playing without Zevi Salmon and Max Zakheim, the staples in the backcourt. That's a three from Roy. No good. Rebound Yoav. Kicks it out to Effie. Siklik for three. No good again. Ezra Siklik. Luke Cronin fighting for the rebound. Oselka gets it. And I believe they're going to say Oselka stepped out of bounds. Didn't see any.
I'm not sure exactly what he was looking for there. It's natural when you're bringing in guys who haven't really played all season. But I feel expect as the game progresses for guys like Sicklick and Beza and some of these YU players to get hot.
That was a pass from Beza into Cronin, and then that's stolen by Connor Siren. Ryan Graham with it now. Rob Jeremino into the game for the Knights. He gets it, puts it up, rolls around and no good. Dotan Bardichev on the rebound. Dotan and Beza coming into the game for the Max. Effie gives it inside to Luke, loses the ball again. And that's Jeremino forward to Graham for three. No good again. So the Knights on a little bit of a cold streak here. Tom Beza top of the key, gives it inside to Cronin. Cronin wide open, lays it in.
Setting himself in good position, whether it's sealing his man underneath at the post or giving himself good position to pass to the top of the key. There's a missed layup there by Graham.
And the pass is stolen by Daniel Hersner, the freshman. Now Tavera over to Hersner, and Hersner's going to get fouled, go to the line for 3 shots. As looks like Noam Edry set to check into the game for YU.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of talk about this game, right? She was locked into the 3 seed. Now St. Mary is not going to be partaking in the playoffs. I still think there are some implications here. I still think this game matters. I think if you're Mount St. Mary, you want to head into the offseason with some positive momentum and, you know, feeling good about your program and the guys that you have moving forward. And for Yeshiva, you still want to have good vibes heading into the playoffs. I think that's important. Zach and Samet are not playing, but you got to win as a team, and you know some of the role players are hot and feeling good. It can really pay dividends as you play purchase, as you season.
As those were back-to-back misses from Hersner, Jonathan Levy and Noam Edry going to head into the game for Effie and Cronin. And just going back on your point, speaking to Coach Kadlubowski, he was kind of saying how, you know, this season's kind of turned into looking into next year. But with a lot of their guys being underclassmen, they're playing new roles this year. You know, they were able to get that development that they otherwise wouldn't have had. And he's looking forward to the team heading into next year. He thinks there's a lot of bright spots and could be, you know, they could become a force in the conference.
Yeah, they've had good moments, right? They almost beat Sarah Lawrence. They almost beat Farmingdale State. Those are the 2 top seeds in the conference. Right now, they're currently beating YU. So they've shown the capability of beating good teams. As he's going to finish it up. Grabbed onto it. And that fired up the YU crowd.
Yeah, I know Edry got up and was like, did you seriously not see that? But okay, fine. We go on. As Connor Gemmel missed the layup. Now it's Tom Beza taking it the other way. And, you know, it's not often we see a no call ignite the crowd the way that one did. But crowd seems into it here. Defense chance coming up from the fans. Beza on the layup, no good. Rob Jeremino on the rebound. Now it's AJ Pedro. Transfer. Now it's Jeremino. Daniel Hersner. And that pass by Gemmel was tipped. YU's going to take it back. Dotan Bardichev. Beza, Sicklick in the corner. Cross court to Dotan. Dotan puts it up for 3. No good. Beza on the rebound. What great effort by Tom Beza, puts it back in.
Talk about Tom Beza. He's been really impressive this year. He's earned himself some minutes in this rotation by just being a very high energy 3D player. He's a good shooter, really good defender. And also showing off the hustle and now on the putback.
As now it's Justin Rivera, 6th man for these Knights. AJ Pedro going inside. And I think Dotan was complaining he got hit in the face, but the foul is going to be called on number 22 for Yeshiva.
Yeah, the replay is going to show us what happened. I think what the call there was is Dotan kind of went up sideways. I think sometimes that could skew the view of the ref because it looks like you're kind of bumping on the shoulder. Not sure exactly if that was enough contact to call a foul, but the ref did call it. That's a line for 2 free throws.
And good to see Dotan and Pedro making up. Obviously, incidental contact with the face, nothing on purpose.
AJ Pedro's a good player, shooter, slasher, kind of like an all-around solid offensive player. We're hoping to get him back next year for next year. He has eligibility, but we'll see what happens with that. YU make some subs here. Bringing Orszajewski into the game.
As I think Dotan maybe had to come out. I don't know if there was blood or something. But it looks to be okay, just talking to the trainer on the sideline. And now Ezra Siklik going to head out of the game. Coming in for him, number 42, Asher Falk. And stay tuned, we'll be having an interview with the Siklik family coming right up here with our Mr. Sideline segment, Sideline Shorts himself, Akiva Poppers. I'll get you word on that as Pedro hits the free throw. Now 18-12. Mount St. Mary coming back out in the press. Beza, Sinjevsky over to Falk, and they get it over half court. Asher Falk with it, now Sinjevsky. Beza top of the key, or now inside to Noam Edry. Edry the transfer cross court to Falk, sorry. Beza taking it inside, that's blocked. And Connor Siren going to take it down, gives it forward to Pedro. Pedro in transition, slows it down. Now Matt Monaco. Liam Lynch. JP Egan. Egan going to take it inside on Falk, puts it up. Good defense by the smaller Falk, that gets tipped. Ends up going right back to Monaco. That three from Siren is good. So a little bit of a chaotic possession there for Yeshiva, for the Knights, excuse me. But ultimately ends up with 3 points. YU breaks the press. Sinjevsky top of the key. Let's see what he can do with it. Levy high post. Now Falk to three. That's no good. Siren on the rebound.
Yeah, Asher Falk, another fan favorite from Silver Spring area. Came in mid-season, very hard worker. Also looking to earn himself some minutes in this rotation, and he's a very high potential, exciting player in the future of this team.
And that ball was out of bounds, but going to retain, going to be Mount St. Mary's ball. And we are going to send it down, or send it across actually, to our Mr. Sideline Shorts himself, Akiva Poppers, who's standing by with Mr. Kenny Siklik, Ezra's father.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Kenny Siklik, Ezra Siklik's father. I just have to start off with this. You were on Max Live's camera for the Sports Center #2 play during the first Austin Skyline Conference play because it was during winter break and no one was able to come to the game. Tell me about that experience, and obviously not a great result, but you're part of Max Live history.
So it was interesting. Akiva asked me to run the camera. I was a little annoyed at first, where are all the kids, but he told me they weren't around. Doing the camera for the whole game and having had multiple surgeries, my back was hurting, my wrist was hurting, and the whole experience started to get frustrating. And the way the game ended, it almost doubled up in frustration. But then when I saw Sports Center afterwards, and I realized that my shot was the play number 2 at Sports Center, it made it one of the highlights of the year for me, even though YU lost.
And tell me about, we see you at every game. Even, you come to some of the road trips with the team. Tell me about what it's like supporting the team and supporting your son for the last few years.
What makes it easy, regardless of Ezra's playing time, is it's a great group of guys, players and coaches, including taking in our youngest son, Avi, as an honorary member of the team, and everyone's so nice to him. And we just get nachas. We really enjoy watching Ezra interact with all of the guys on the team, and it makes it a very rewarding experience. Playing time doesn't make a difference. There's so much growth by being on the team.
And just lastly, I'm curious, your perspective as a parent, sometimes, especially in modern culture, parents, why isn't my son playing? I'll get mad at all the coaches and whatever. I'm curious your experience when it comes to that matter and your perspective on the issue of the balance of this being a team versus playing time and the whole, everything that goes into that.
So And Ezra and I have talked about this for so many hours over the years, both while he was on the team and before. What people need to understand is the games are a tiny percentage of your time on the team, including basketball. And my friends will understand this. Ezra and I talk so much, he tells me about the games in practice. He tells me when he beats the number 1 guys. He tells me when he beats the number 2 guys. It's a great experience. And there's so much more in terms of what you learn from life. You're not always going to be the center of attention. You have to learn time management, and this team really forces you to do that. There's so much to learn. And you learn how to meet new friends and really make them part of your family. Great experience overall.
Kenny Sicklick with me in the stands. Senior night for Ezra Sicklick. I'm sure he's going to get back into the game sometime soon. Back to you guys in the booth.
And thank you for that, Akiva. Obviously, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Sideline Suits himself, S.J. Tenenbaum, who was unable to make it tonight. We want to wish him also tough to his brother, Yisrael Tenenbaum, on his engagement, and the engagement party being tonight. As that free throw was no good, Sinjevsky on the rebound. Noam Edry with it now. Gives it forward to Sinjevsky, back to Falk. Falk for 3. That is good from Asher Falk. Great look from him.
Yeah, that all started with Noam Edry's overhead pass. It was a good look inside of the and it caused a double team in the paint and left Asher, deadly shooter, open for an easy shot. As there's a foul on Sinjevsky. Now, partner, one thing to mention as we are going to see the replay of what just happened is the crowd we had tonight. Absolutely electric. A lot of people. One of the bigger crowds of the season. I don't know if you can see both sides on the broadcast, but on our side, it is packed fully for alumni night, senior night. So there's a very fun, special occasion for this game.
Yes, and even on our side, there's no space on the other side. I think you can even tell that the gym is pretty full, and the crowd is loud here at the Max Stern Athletic Center. Hoping that the Max can end off the season with a victory. As Falk over to Sinjevsky. Ben Lazary with it now. Noam Edry. Pump fake, takes it inside, loses the handle on it. And that's going to be Knights basketball.
Yeah, Ben Lazary checking the game. Another one of those high potential players. He's got good size. He's a very good shooter and defender. Coach Steinmetz describes him as a 3-and-D. So another guy that'll be exciting to get a look at, what he can do. May not do much this season in the rotation, but next year can definitely be a factor.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a similar player to Effie Freundlich in some sense. Maybe if Effie's not coming back, maybe he can, try to move into that role.
He's going to have to really work on his jumping if he wants to get the Effie Freundlich comp.
I've seen him with some dunks in pregame. He can get up there.
Listen, there are dunks, and then there's Effie Freundlich dunks. I mean, the guy could do like anything. I've seen him do under the legs, 360s. Not the norm here, so Ben, if you're rewatching this, got some work to do.
As that impasse was stolen by J.P. Egan, who's going to take it down. Forward to Graham. Gets the strong take through the contact. Knights up 10. Just over 8 to go.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass by J.P. Egan. No look. Had a 3-on-1. Definitely going to add that to the highlight reel.
Lazary taking it inside, gives it out. Pass is stolen. As we'll see the replay here on the loose ball. And coming into the game now, fan favorite number 30, Hillel Benesh, checking in for Asher Falk. So if you thought we had loud shoot chants for Ezra Sicklick, wait till Hillel Benesh has the ball beyond the arc. Connor Siren. Now Ryan Graham pulls up for 3. Good from Ryan Graham. He's been on fire so far here. Already up to 9 points for Graham. Tom Baldwin with it. Sinjevsky. Now over to Hillel Benesh. Pulls up. 3 from Hillel, no good. Brendan Graham on the rebound.
Hillel Benesh, Sarachek legend, playing for Yosef Dallas. Absolutely took this gym by storm as he almost gets a steal there. And since then, I mean, there's another 3 by Foram. A timeout by YU. More on Hill Paynesh later, as we're going to send us a once commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
JBS, the Jewish Broadcasting Service, with a marvelous array of programming for anyone interested in Jewish life and the State of Israel. News, events, Jewish studies, movies. It's all on JBS, expanding Jewish understanding, celebrating all things Jewish. Max Live, Yeshiva University men's basketball on JBS, is made possible in part by Janet and Lior Hod and family, with immense gratitude to Hashem.
Welcome back into the Max Athletic Center as the Knights lead the Yeshiva University Maccabees 33-17. We're proud to partner with JBS, a 24/7 Jewish television channel reaching over 250,000 homes every month. From cultural programming to current affairs, JBS celebrates and educates about all things Jewish. Thanks to the Hode family for helping bring this Max Live season to television viewers around the country. So stay tuned, as in a couple minutes we will have an interview with Rabbi Freundlich, who is the father of senior Effie Freundlich, who will be standing by with Mr. Sideline Shorts to keep the Poppers. But in the meantime, Ben Lazary with the ball. Hillel Bainash, now back to Lazary. Bainash, Baldwin, back to Hillel. Orsinchevsky, cross court to Tom. Tom pulls up for 3, and that is blocked by Ryan Grant. Max going to get the ball back with 2 on the shot clock.
Yeah, this Knights defense, their zone has been really impressive. They've just been really disruptive, whether it's on the press, getting into passing lanes. So another testament to the culture that Coach K has built here in Mount St. Mary, as the team is still playing hard in the final game of the season.
As Effie Freundlich and Roy Itzkovich checking back into the game, Will Medry and Ben Lazary taking a seat. Pass was stolen. Now it's going to be Brendan Graham. Ari Shklar looking to check in for YU. The pass was tipped by Cronin. As now it's Jeremino. Throws it out way. And it's going to be YU ball. Ezra Sickles checking back into the game for Hillel Bainash. Ari Shklar also headed into the game. And Orson Jesse going to take a seat. Talking about Coach Kadlubowski on the camera there. He's been the coach for 16 seasons already. Mount St. Mary, very experienced. One of the, in my opinion, at least one of the better coaches in the conference. And despite the, this season's struggles, he definitely has what it takes to turn the program around and, make them a powerhouse in this conference once again. That's Ari Shklar. Corner for Cronin. Back to Roy. Now Ari Shklar inside to Cronin. Double teamed. Roy, mid-range. No good, but Max gets the rebound. Ezra Sicklick, 4-3. Once again, no good, Ezra Sicklick, who gets the rebound. Sicklick pulls up, and that's good. Ezra Sicklick for 3. Big 3 from Ezra Sicklick.
Yeah, they got the fans on their seat in the front row. Guys are standing up, French cheering him on. Ezra Sicklick, really good player, really good shooter. Fun to watch him one last time as here comes Effie.
As the pass to Ezra was stolen, fans maybe wanted Effie to just take it himself, try to get him out one of those monster dunks. As it's Ryan Graham for 3, no good. Roy Itzkovich on the board. Cronin top of the key, slowing it down for YU. Ari Shklar taking it inside, and the pass is tipped by Rob Jeremino off of Ezra Sicklick and out of bounds. I wonder, obviously in a normal game, if you're Luke Cronin, you don't necessarily want to be shooting those, but we know, his three-point shooting he's struggled a little bit this season, but I wonder if in a game like this, where realistically it doesn't mean much, maybe he tries to start shooting those threes, could potentially, add another element to his game, make teams come out and defend him from the top of the key. As Herzner struggled inside, wanted the foul, no call. And instead the call is going to be on Luke Cronin, which is going to send Siren to the line for 2.
Yes, you talked about Luke Cronin, right, and what he can, maybe develop a shot. It might be too late for it to do it this season, but I still think tonight is a good chance, like I talked about earlier, for some of these players to refine themselves, to get, to get a good rhythm going into Tuesday night, because Tuesday night's going to be a crazy game. Purchase, very fast, chaotic team, not an easy game. So I think for some of these role players like Roy and Luke and Dotan and Epi who are going to be playing in that game, it's important to really get yourself in a place where you feel good and you feel ready to contribute Tuesday night.
As we will have that one for you here on Max Live. Presumably the game will be at 8 o'clock. Still awaiting confirmation on that, but
man, you do not want to miss that game. That is going to be electric. The Max Stern Athletic Center just gets extremely hype later in the season.
As Roy with a strong take inside, almost Max Zackheim-esque, the way he just charged the lane.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's the hair color, but come on, man, that was too easy. You gave me a layup there.
As it's Rivera, great defense by Siklik, forcing the miss from Rivera. Max looked to push with Ari Sklar.
Yeah, they got a 5 and 4. They got to hurry up and get a shot up.
Cronin puts it up. The Siren's going to be called to the foul. So Luke Cronin's going to go to the line for 2. Just about 4.5 to go. Yeshiva down 12.
Yeah, Ari Sklar has had some nice passes early on. He's had some no-lookers. Again, shows the talent of this Yeshiva team, right? Because a guy like Ari Sklar is not even playing, but we know what he can do. He's showing you right now, and putting together some nice plays.
And we see Coach Steinmetz, and before Roy Orsenjevsky as well, wearing the orange shirts in honor of the Bibas family. We saw Coach Steinmetz wear many different Israel-themed shirts last year. This is his first of the season this year, but obviously, very meaningful and a nice tribute to them. As the second free throw from Cronin was good. Orsenjevsky and Oselka going to head into the game. Sklar and Freundlich going to take a seat. And with Effie Freundlich headed to the bench, we are going to head to Mr. Sideline Shorts himself, Akiva Popper, standing by with Effie's father, Rabbi Freundlich.
You guys, I'm here with Rabbi Freundlich in front of you, the announcers who might be in the background of this shot. Rabbi Freundlich, I know it's only been 2.5 years of Effie being on the team, but just walk me through your experience as a parent coming to the games and supporting your son these last 2.5 years.
First of all, it's been a tremendous thrill for us. A dream, really. When we were living in Montreal, we used to watch the Max all the time online. And Effie was a very short, skinny high schooler with no potential of dunking at the time. And so to see him flourish, both as an athlete, as a person, as a student, we are so grateful to the coaching staff. We're so grateful to YU. Coming here all these nights, so many nights to watch these games. It's just been a privilege. It's been a treat. And we couldn't be more proud of our Effie.
And then tell me about, his role has increased a little bit lately. Does that affect at all how you speak with him after the games or anything like that? Or is it all just kind of one experience and how much playing time he gets doesn't affect things at all?
Yeah, we're just so proud of every moment that he gets. We figure he's got enough feedback from his coaches. We leave him alone as far as that goes. We just love to hear about what it's like being on the team for him, and just proud of every minute, every shot he gets, and just so grateful to be here.
And lastly, you've been involved lately, leading to Hillim at the beginning of games. How did that come to be, and what are your thoughts on, parents having a role besides for just clapping for their sons on this team?
Something special about being in YU is being able to be the Max Rabbi has really been a treat for me. Since we're here every game, the coaching staff asked me to lead the tefillos, the prayers before the games, and it's really a privilege for me. And it really just stands for what YU is all about. Here we are at a basketball game, and yet we begin with davening for our soldiers and for our hostages, and that's what it is. And it's a treat for me to be here as a rabbi of a community, representing the team, representing the Jewish people. and being here for YU. It's really, this whole experience has been such a treat for us.
Rabbi Freundlich on FE Senior Night. Back to you guys in the booth.
And thank you, Akiva Poppers, with that wonderful interview. As headed back into this one, just about 3 to go in the first half. Pass is stolen. Graham, forward, blocked by Sonjevsky off the backboard. What a play by Orr. Taking it down now, Luke Cronin inside to Oselka, as that is blocked by Connor Siren, so back-to-back blocks. Ryan Graham on the layup, no good. And Luke Cronin comes down with it. A little bit of a crazy possession there off the interview. As John Oakner looks to check into the game for YU. Sonjevsky taking it inside, puts it up, no good. That was blocked by JP Egan. JP taking it down. And now it's Siren for 3. No good from Siren, but he'll tell you that was a pass to Egan, who cleans it up.
Yeah, we'll see if the statisticians put that down as an assist. I think Siren's going to want to add to his statistics, his totals on his career. And speaking of statistics, Connor Siren nearing 1,200 points, actually already at 1,200 points for this Mount St. Mary's program. One of the 8 players all time to do it for the Knights. So it's a big shout out to Connor Siren, the senior. Really an incredible career. You know, it's on the stat sheet, it's in the wins, and all the stuff he's done. So shout out Connor Siren.
And a big shout out to him, as he was one of the, he's one of the 2 main pieces for this squad, him and Ryan Graham. They were hoping they could get Jaden Figueroa, the former Skyline Defensive Player of the Year, back for another season. They ultimately could not. So this is the squad they've rolled out with, and unfortunately the results haven't been what they've liked. But those 2 guys have just come into the gym, led this team, and always fought and always competed.
Yeah, it looks like John Oakner, number 45, checks into the game from Chicago, Illinois area. Sophomore. He's a stretch 5. Guy with another guy with immense talent. There's another turnover by Roy, but John Oakner, another guy with immense talent. Super high ceiling. Exciting player to watch. I played against him personally, and it is not fun dealing with his size and athleticism. So he's going to look to make some good plays tonight.
And now we're going to send it down to Sideline Shorts himself, Akiva Poppers, who's standing by with Mr. Senior Night himself, Ezra Siklik.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Ezra Siklik. Ezra, how's your Senior Night experience going so far?
It's been incredible, thank God. The presentation, the ceremony was beautiful. Star Spangled Banner, hot take were nice, and all got me ready. I'm locked in now. It's difficult for me to pay attention to this interview during the game. I'm kind of rooting for the guys, but I came out a little cold. The nerves definitely got the best of me. But I thank God I got 1-3 down, and hopefully it'll keep up in the future. So I'm locked in. I'm ready to go.
All right, go back to the huddle, man. Back to guys in the booth.
Thank you, Akiva Poppers. With that, Ezra Siklik standing by, OG Anunoby style with the mic. But with that timeout, 49.4 to go. Obviously, the score is what it is. What are you looking to do, I guess, to close out the half if you're Yeshiva?
I think just get momentum, get a bucket, get a stop, feel good about yourself. I think, if you can build some momentum going into the locker room, definitely do a lot for your morale, and that really does matter in the sense of a basketball game. Momentum is a real thing, so you got to clamp down on this possession. Be smart with the ball. Don't do anything stupid. No turnovers, and get yourself some positive momentum going into the half.
As it's going to be Ryan Graham to inbound for Mount St. Mary.
Yeah, for Yeshiva, this is a very good defensive lineup. A lot of defensive stalwarts in here, so maybe Coach Steinmetz listening to the plan, and we're going to get a stop.
As we know, Coach Steinmetz is always tuned into our broadcasts during the game. As that was a good stop by the Max. Rebound, Luke Cronin. Asher Falk sprinting down the court.
Look, partner, I think we know a lot of ball, you and I. So definitely Coach Steinmetz is wise to listen to us, what we have to say.
As that foul is going to be called on The transfer from Purchase College, Soren Holmbo. YU to inbound baseline. And talking about Soren Holmbo, Coach Kadlubowski said he calls him the tornado. Just so much energy, so much chaos that he brings to the team. And, you know, when he said when you give him the ball inside, you know he's going downhill. He loves to just take the ball, go downhill, you know, bring that energy, bring that intensity to the straight to the hoop.
And I got to say, the Tornado is definitely one of the better nicknames I've heard. You know, you and I have discussed different nicknames we can give the players, so I'm envious of Coach K and coming up with the Tornado. We're going to have to ask him for some tips.
As the pass from Falk was tipped out of bounds by Rob Jeremino, 21.2 to go. 1.2 seconds separating shot and game clock as YU once again to inbound baseline.
Yeah, I think for Asher on that play, he had a shot open. I think he needs to be a little more aggressive as there he's going to take one and get it to go with an and one, just as I'm talking about his aggressiveness. But I think the nature of a game like this, if you're a guy like Asher, Siklik, Baynesh, some of these guys coming off the bench looking to make an impact, just go out there and have fun. You know, obviously you want to play the right way, but this is your chance to shine. So, you know, look to take shots you're not normally comfortable with taking, and you know, see where it goes. But good finish there by Asher.
As he cannot convert, but gets his own rebound. And 13 seconds, shot clock turned off. 9 seconds. Sinchevsky at the wing. Cross court to Roy. Back up top to Asher Falk. 3 seconds. He's going to have to put it up. He does. No good. John Oakner tried to get a putback. Nothing doing. And 41-26. Mount St. Mary lead will be the score as we head into the half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Lekit Israel halftime show after these messages.
So I know you played in, obviously, Valley Torah. Your father, Brad, is here, and your family's here as well. Quoted in Gary Belsky's article, in the ESPN.com article, when your dad said, well, why are you going to Yeshiva University, an Orthodox Jewish institution? And you asked your dad, well, why did you send me to a Jewish day school, Valley Torah? Explain why you decided to take that jump to Division III to play at a Jewish institution and how that transformed the Jewish community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, when it came down to my decision, you know, it came down to, you know, can I be a religious Jew? Is going D1, you know, good enough for me to sacrifice worth me sacrificing my religion, right? And you know, stopping my faith because I want to say I played Division I basketball. And when it came down to it, it just wasn't. And, you know, I've seen people in the past that made that decision, you know, because of the clout of Division I basketball. And I wanted to be able to set the pathway for, you know, the Jewish kids and any kid, you know, watching, that it doesn't matter where you come from, you could succeed, and just stay true to who you are and stay true to what you believe, and you'll make it.
We have an amazing basketball team, the Yeshiva University Maccabees. They won 50 games in a row at one point, and were ranked number 1 in the country in Division III. Number 1 in the country. Now, we sing HaTikva before every game along with the Star Spangled Banner, and over this past year, they've been wearing the hostage faces on their warm-up jerseys. We are out in the world as proud Zionists and proud Jews. That is who they are. So there was one game that was deep in Pennsylvania, 4 hours away from New York, that took place on Erev Shabbat on Friday afternoon. And we thought that there wasn't going to be anybody in the arena that would be supporting our team. And we show up to the game, and the place is packed with our fans. And we asked them, where are you from? And they said, we're members of the local Reform Synagogue, and we're here to support our team, Yeshiva University.
Wow.
Pretty good. And that's when our players realized that we are not playing for a school, we're playing for a people. And that is the sense that I have felt across this country, across the world, with the Jewish youth and our adults across this amazing Am Yisrael, across this mishpacha, that we all feel that we're playing for something larger than ourselves. We're playing for a people. And we are not defined and being cornered by hate, but we are defined because we support each other with love, with a shared mission and a shared purpose. And that's been my experience that's been defining me.
Max Live, Yeshiva University men's basketball on JBS, is made possible in part by Janet and Lior Hod and family, with immense gratitude to Hashem.
Well, the Yeshiva basketball team is doing very, very well now, and JBS is broadcasting the game. My take on that is the fact that the Yeshiva team is doing well. It's so great that JBS is doing this. Sadly, Mark, who did the first time we broadcasted a game, when they first made the tournament, he was the MC. He was the anchor man from JBS. So, you know, so much of what Mark wanted to do, we're going to try to do as best we can with our limited abilities to fulfill, you know, so many of his dreams.
You know, one of the aspects of being president of Yeshiva University is that I get to attend many basketball games. We have a very popular basketball team. Do people know that? Very popular basketball team. Like, I thought I was coming to Yeshiva University. It'd be great academics, they're professionals, they're business, they're rabbis, they're educators. But we have an amazing basketball team, the Yeshiva University Maccabees. They won 50 games in a row at one point, and we're ranked #1 in the country in Division III, #1 in the country.
Well, the Yeshiva basketball team is doing very, very well now, and JBS is broadcasting the game. My take on that is the fact that the Yeshiva team is doing well. The most interesting thing for me, when people forget about how many games they won, is that when they play in the tournament, the first round game, which takes place on Friday, doesn't start at 8 o'clock in the evening. It starts at 12 noon. The NCAA, which is the overriding body that controls sports, has more rules than the Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law. But they're accommodating us. It's another barometer of where Jews fit in America. So it's so great that JBS is doing these. Sadly, Mark, who did the first time we broadcasted a game, when they first made the tournament, he was the MC. He was the anchor man from JBS. So, so much of what Mark wanted to do, we're going to try to do as best we can with our limited abilities to fulfill, so many of his dreams.
Welcome to Being Jewish with Jonah Platt, the podcast where we explore and celebrate the full, gorgeous spectrum of Jewish identity. Every week, I'll sit down with notable Jews and non-Jewish allies across professional fields like entertainment, business, sports, politics, food, and more. Together, we'll dig deep into a conversation not likely to be had anywhere else, all surrounding one key question: what does being Jewish mean to you? So please, join me on Being Jewish with Jonah Platt, a judgment-free space of nuance, warmth, and honesty, where we can exalt, examine, and share together in the stories that make us who we are.
I see the metaphor of sports being very important in understanding the life of Jews in the United States. It's not so much who wins the game, but whether you're allowed to play the game, whether you're part of the group. And Marty Glickman's story is a way of studying the question of, do Jews fit in through the metaphor of sports? We're living through a difficult time here for American Jews, but the fact of the matter is that in the sports world has been very tolerant to us. The NCAA has more rules than the Code of Jewish Law, the Shulchan Aruch in Hebrew. And yet within the thousands of rules, they say that if a team can't play because of religious reasons, we'll defer the game.
This is not just a sports story. This is a way of seeing American Jewish history.
One of the aspects of being president of Yeshiva University is that I get to attend many basketball games. We have a very popular basketball team. Do people know that? Very popular basketball team.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. Thank you for joining us for the Leket Israel halftime show. But before we get to that, we are going to send it down to Sideline Shorts, Akiva Popper, standing by with YU Maccabees coach, Elliot Steinmetz. Akiva?
Thank you, guys. I'm joined with Elliot Steinmetz, head coach of the Maccabees. Talk to me about the first half and what the plan is for the second half over here.
Obviously very disappointing first half. We have guys out there, I think, taking it a little bit easy, which they shouldn't be. Not really defending, not really moving the ball well offensively. Hopefully we'll come out and play in the full court a little bit defensively now, try to pick up the pace of the game, just kind of change the energy level a little bit.
And are you trying to get certain guys specific minutes over here in the second half?
Not necessarily. I mean, we were trying to go deep tonight. I think we've gotten everybody into the game so far, which I think is great. A lot of guys work really, really hard in practice, don't get opportunities during the year. We have a game tonight where we're able to kind of give guys a chance, get them out there. But we expected better effort, and we'll expect a better effort in the second half.
Thank you, guys. Elliot Steinmetz, coach of the Maccabees. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you for that, Akiva. We'd like to give a thank you to JBS, the Jewish Broadcasting Service, for broadcasting tonight's game nationally. JBS is dedicated to strengthening Jewish identity and education through their 24/7 programming. JBS is an incredible platform for sharing these games, and we're so grateful for the support of the Hood family in making this season's television broadcast possible. Stay tuned as we bring max energy from your screens to coast. Now, let's get into the Leket Israel halftime stats, which are brought to you by Leket Israel. Leket Israel, rescuing nutritious surplus food for Israelis in need. Avery, what do we got?
So if you look at the Mount St. Mary stats, the Graham brothers in their final game together, and Connor Siren in his final game currently at 30 points. Yeshiva's team has 26. So Yeshiva's definitely got to key in on stopping some of these stars of the Knights team. And on the Yeshiva side, they're currently shooting 16% from three. I know it may not be much in the grand scheme of things because you already have a 3 seed locked up. But I think for Yeshiva as a team, you want to see some shots go in. You want to feel a little bit better about yourself going into the next game and just get a little more confidence as a team. So I think shooting better in the second half from three can go a long way in helping the team Tuesday night against Purchase.
Yeah, and obviously with this game not meaning much for YU, maybe taking their foot a little bit off the gas. Coach Steinmetz not really liking what he's seeing in the first half. Hopefully they can turn that around. But in the meantime, we're going to send it to Coach Akiva to Sideline Shorts himself, Akiva Poppers, who's standing by with a special guest.
Thank you, guys. I'm joined here by Mel Chedham, the coordinator of officials for the Skyline Conference. Mel, it's a pleasure to be joined by you. What are you looking for tonight specifically, last game before the Skyline Conference playoffs?
Well, this is just a warm-up, obviously for the players here. Unfortunately, we have no seedings that are on the line. It's an opportunity for me to get out and see some of our officials that are going to be working during the playoff run, and it's part of my observation duties with the conference.
And can you just give me some insight? What do you look for when you're choosing playoffs for when you're choosing playoff crews? Like, are you looking for specific crews? Are you looking for specific reps? How do you make that determination?
What I try to do is I try to put it in parity. I look at the overall crew assessment, but individually I make sure that the guys' ratings are high on my chart. We have independent evaluators that go out through the course of the season that will rate our guys, and I also lean on all 12 of our coaches in the conference for their ratings, and I pool it all together, and then I will put crews together that I know that have worked together before and are crew dynamics, we'd say. We put it all together as one.
Thank you, Mel Chedham, coordinator officials for the Skyline Conference. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Akiva. Very informative interview, as always. And make sure to stay tuned, as besides for the second half of Max Basketball, we will also have many more interviews for the rest of the night, so that should be entertaining. But speaking of entertaining, we got some more Max Basketball, as we're going to go back out with the starting five. It's going to be Siklik, Freundlich, Sinjevsky in for Oselka, otherwise they're starting five, as Itzkovich and Cronin for the Max. And for the Knights, we have Graham, Egan, Siren, and Ben Toussaint. Freundlich, Sinjevsky. Brendan Graham doing a good job on him. Inside to Cronin. Toussaint, great job in defense. Hits a cutting Sinjevsky. Back to Cronin, high working inside. Roy, elbow J, that's good.
Yeah, Coach Steinmetz said he's going to start off with some full court pressure. It's see if Yeshiva can remain with some integrity, some discipline. As it doesn't happen there, as Toussaint gets the layup. But I think Yeshiva, you want to stay disciplined in your defense. Don't get beat to the basket. And if you do, make sure you're there to play help.
As Siklik gives it over to Freundlich. Freundlich, Mount St. Mary out in their zone defense. Freundlich pulls up from three, no good. Who's got the rebound? Connor Siren does. And Ryan Graham going to take it down for Mount St. Mary. Connor Siren for three. And that's no good. Sinjevsky on the board. Sorry, Itzkovich on the board. Now it's Sinjevsky. Tom Beza looking to check in for YU. Inside to Luke Cronin, puts it up, and that's good. So good job to see Luke Cronin working well inside, as he struggled a little bit from the paint lately. Meanwhile, Brendan Graham taking it down for Mount St. Mary. Gives it into Siren. Now Graham. Ryan Graham slips. And he'll get called for the travel on the slip.
And the replay will be the judge of that, as looks like Siklik beat him to the spot. His hands were straight up. Maybe the court was a little slippery. Coach K not happy with the call. Still jousting with the official. But, as Mel said in the interview before, the officials do an incredible job here in the Skyline Conference, and we do nothing but commend them.
As we know, Avery, well-known fan of the referees. That's a nice play by Luke Cronin.
Yeah, Cronin almost went down with the dunk, but He's met at the rim by the Knights defender. Cronin looking to get himself a highlight play.
Ryan Graham with it now. Siklik defending him. Siren going to take it inside, puts it up. Sanjevsky's defense no match as Connor Siren powers to the hoop. Tom Beza with it. Now gives it to Cronin. Beza in the corner. Pulls up over Toussaint. No good. And they're going to get, I believe it's Luke Cronin. Yep, Luke Cronin, number 21, for the offensive foul. We're going to send it to Akiva Popper, standing by with some diehard Max fans. Akiva?
Thank you, guys. I'm here in the first row with some diehard Max fans who I see at every game. Let's go down the line. What's your favorite player on the Max and why?
Zevi Salmon, because he's really good at threes. Max Zakheim, because he's a good all-around player. Zevi Salmon, because he can't miss a three. My favorite player is Benjamin Lassery, because I think he's really talented. My favorite player is Max Zakheim. My favorite player is Max Zakheim.
Okay, a lot of Max Zakheim fans. What's your favorite part about watching the Max? What's your favorite part about the team?
How good they are. It's easy to get here because it's just like right here. We just watch them win. Seeing them score, keep scoring. It's nice to win, and I go to bed late.
Okay, and does coming to the Max games make you want to play for the Max when you grow up?
Yeah. 100%. 1,000,000%. Yeah, I think I would.
All right, I see these guys at every game. They come here always on time, always early, and they love the Max. See you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Akiva, for that great interview with some future Maccabees.
A partner, the kid said he was 1,000,000% going to be on the team, not just 100%, 1,000,000%. So I fully expect for him to be playing for the Max down the line. As there's and one, Connor Siren showing us what he could do. But a very nice, wholesome interview for the future Max players, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I could definitely get behind the, why do you come to the games? Because I get to go to bed late. Definitely can get behind that one.
Now, me personally, I like sleeping. I don't want to go to bed too late, so I can't really concur with you on that one, partner. I don't know, is your bedtime, when's your bedtime?
This isn't a D-Bash interview. We don't have to get into that.
We'll talk later if you're not sleeping.
As that free throw miss is out of bounds, referees good communication by the Zebras, as that's going to be YU ball. Subscribe to Max Live on YouTube to make sure you do not miss any amazing Max games and highlights this season. Additionally, Zevi Samit will be releasing the next episode of the Beyond the Court podcast. We may actually speak to Zevi a little bit later in this game. But in the meantime, we're going to send it down to Sideline Shorts, Akiva Poppers, who's standing by with Effie Freundlich. Akiva?
Thank you. I'm joined by Effie Freundlich on his senior night here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. Effie, tell me about what your experience is like so far.
It's been great, surrounded by a bunch of friends on the team. Family came out, a bunch of friends are here. We got Joel Weinstein, the manager of 3 years, right here sitting next to me. I was getting checked in, not getting checked in. It's been great, really nice, and YU's a great time.
And, it's only been 2.5 years that you've been on the Max, right? A very quick senior night. Did you have any thoughts of staying for another year?
It's a great question. I'm gonna plead the fifth over here. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
You still have another year of eligibility. All right. Last thing. What's it like having this big crowd here on your senior night, coming out to support you and Joel Weinstein and Ezra Siklik?
It's great to show out the Max that we still have a fan base. They love us. We still have one. Always good. We got Ezra Siklik right here. Good stuff, Ez. And it's a confidence booster that people still come. Will always spend their time to watch us play some ball.
All here on Tuesday, big playoff
game versus Purchase.
Everyone come to the game on Tuesday night against Purchase, Skyline Conference quarterfinals. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Akiva.
Yeah, big shout out to Akiva Poppers. He's really been running a marathon here going around the gym interviewing everyone. I just wonder if he's going to interview one of us next.
As that was no good, but you know, I think Akiva Poppers does not have to worry about getting those 10,000 steps in on his Fitbit, despite the fact that he probably didn't put it on until after Shabbos. As that was a strong take by Sinjevsky. Driving the lane and getting the and-one opportunity.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about the three seniors here on YU, Joel, Effie, and Ezra, and their contributions. Now, there's one other senior I want to highlight here as we get into the later part of this game. My guy right here, my partner, Yosef Silver, a senior. I don't know if you'll be back next year for some games. We hope you do. But just an incredible partner, one of the best in the business in Division III broadcasting. Pleasure to sit with you in this booth every game. Learn a lot from you, and excited to see what you do in the future.
Definitely appreciate that, Avery. Thank you very much. And obviously I'd love to stay here, having a great time at Yeshiva. Max Live maybe full time next year. I don't know if all of us are Akiva Poppers that we can do the full time Max Live bit. Going to be taking my talents over to PwC in September. But speaking of taking our talents over places, we're going to take our talents over to Akiva Popper, standing by with Zevi Samit.
There you guys. I'm joined here by Zevi Samit on the sideline, Yeshiva University captain. Zevi, what does it feel like to not play tonight?
It's very sad. It's very sad. This is. I thank Hashem a lot that I've been able to play every single game so far since I've been here. 2.5 years. This is my first game that I'm sitting out. Feels weird. It feels sad, and I wish I could help my team, but hopefully we'll still pull out a win.
And Zevi, tell me what it's like though now that you're on the bench for this game. You're in a role where you're supporting your teammates. Usually we see you on the court supporting your teammates. Here you're supporting your teammates who are on the court. Talk to me about that dynamic.
The dynamic goes as follows: is we do what they do for us. I play Baruch Hashem every game, play most of the minutes, and all the guys on the bench are cheering for me, standing up when I shoot, excited for me. All I got to do is show the same support back for them. You never know when their opportunity comes, and tonight their opportunity is here for a lot of the guys. And my job is just to help support them as much as I can, just like they do for me.
And just tell me a little bit about each of the seniors, okay? Effie, Ezra, and Joel, and what they mean to this team.
They're incredible. Every guy on this team is a holy yid with a holy neshama, and they're incredible. We just had a team Shabbaton. Every single guy was there. It was super geschmack. Great food, great singing, great time, great chill. Each guy individually, Joel does a lot for the team behind the lights that no one really sees, the amount that he really does for us. So we appreciate every step of the way that he does for us. Effie's the man. Effie's the man. He keeps me in check, and he helps with all the stuff off the court tremendously, all the beyond the court stuff, with the minyanim, and also a lot of stuff on the court. And he's a great mensch, great person to be around. And Ezra's the best. Ezra gets me better every single day. In practice, he's coming at me. He's coming for me. He's making me work hard. He's on top of me. He's pushing me. He's physical with me, and he gets me better physically, emotionally, mentally. I have to say that for him, but he's been helping me a lot off the court and on the court, and just being with the presence is truly amazing.
Zevi Samit, Yeshiva University captain.
Poppers, what was it like, Team Shabbaton, with all the Max players this Shabbath?
It was a great Shabbath with the team. Always good having the team, the squad around. We had the Shabbath dinner and the Shabbath lunch. Had some games and a good chill time and bonded together. Everyone shared what they've learned something about Judaism, and it was great.
Next question for you, Poppers. We will wait for the camera to move over a little bit so that you can see us. Yeah, so question goes as follows. Poppers, there was one game I saw you on the camera, literally from where the camera is pointing at us right now, and you were doing some acrobatic moves as we were playing the game. It was really cool to watch. What made that come into play? Because you said there's a whole theory behind it.
Right. So there was a quick transition situation, and balls flying down the court. And so when we're changing our zoom as we're going down the court, we got to change the angle that we're shooting the camera from. So at that point, I was changing my angle very quickly in a very short amount of time. And so And so in order to balance myself, I have to go on one leg and do a little spinorama.
Next thing before we pass it on to Ephraim, everybody stay tuned for Ari Elon Shkolar's interview podcast will be posted Amir Hashem tomorrow. Really exciting stuff. Awesome journey. Great chizuk for a lot of people. Ephraim, ask your question.
My question for Akiva Poppers is we've seen a little bit less of Akiva Poppers in the Yeshiva League world. I heard a new hiring, a new coach of the Ramaz team. Tell me what that's like this season.
It's like coaching Ramaz. All right. He's not going to get the answer to his question until about 50 minutes from now. But it's been a great experience. It's been a great experience. Back to you guys at the booth.
So I guess we'll have to send it back down to Akiva at some point later to get the answer to how it's been coaching the Ramaz JV team. But big announcement there from Zevi Samit. The next guest on his podcast, Ari Shkolar, episode coming out tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. To hear about the experiences of the Murrells Inlet, South Carolina native, Ari Shkolar.
Yeah, and just speaking about Zevi, I had the pleasure of playing with him back in high school. As many of you avid listeners know, I like to talk about myself a lot, my high school days. But Zevi, obviously we know how incredible a player he is. He can shoot from everywhere. He's awesome, all that. But I think it's really off the court. He just had such a good example. As a person, as a player, as a teammate, religiously, work ethic, life. These guys all really look up to him. Everyone has great things to say about him. So it's a big shout out to Zevi Salmon. Not playing in today's game, but still worthy of some kind words from here at us at Max Live for what he does for the team.
As Samit, obviously a huge part of the Max. Also, shout out to Effie Frunlich who was asking that question. Let's see if he can make a huge play here. As Graham taking it inside and on cue, Effie Frunlich almost had a great block. Going to get called for the foul. Want to receive Max news and updates? Join our WhatsApp group chat. The link to join is in the description of this YouTube video, where we will send over the links for the games, the articles that we have so many guys that work hard on articles. Shout out to Marvin Azrak. Shout out to Matthew Lauren, Zachary Siklik, and others that work hard on our articles. Shout out to all the editors of the articles. Make sure to read those. Enjoy that. Obviously, we're going to post Zevi Samit's podcast coming out tomorrow. We have graphics pregame and postgame. Shout out to our graphics team who, organize that and make sure that becomes, that they look nice and presentable for every game. And really just a big shout out to everything that everyone does here.
Yeah, and another big shout out to Zevi Pancer, the leader here, the man at the top, besides from Poppers, obviously. Pancer, an incredible leader, an incredible person. Couldn't do it without him. So big shout out to Zevi.
And that's a three from Graham, as Brendan Graham, no good on the three. Ball bounces out of bounds. Shout out to Aaron Whedon for whatever he does for Max Live.
And while we're doing shout outs, my dad has been begging for a shout out. So gonna give him one here. Actually a former Max player himself, couldn't make it for alumni night, celebrating a friend's birthday. But Saul Stepner, former Max legend, big man. Nobody was better at hitting layups and layup lines. So as there's Edgery dropping someone. But shout out Pop. So we'll get back to the game here.
Edgery. Dotan in the corner. Gets Toussaint flying. Kicks it to Falk. Asher Falk. 6 on the clock. Dotan. Ryan Graham right up on him. Dotan's going to have to chuck it up. Gets Toussaint flying again inside to Levy. And great job by the Max. Outlasting the Mount St. Mary defense. Connor Siren with it now. Crowd back into it. Yeshiva only down 7.
Yeah, and through all the interviews and me giving shout outs to my dad, this game has actually gotten quite close, and I think it could be really fun for all the fans here today if we get a close one. An exciting finish, potentially a game winner. So we'll see what happens here.
And just on the shout outs, actually we'll do that in 1 second as Connor Siren has it. 15 on the clock. Brendan Graham taking it inside. Kicks it back out to Toussaint. Toussaint, 3. No good. Rebound Effie Freundlich. Effie going to take it down. Calling out the offense. Asher Falk. And Brendan Graham is going to get called for a foul. That's his 6th. Coach Kadlubowski does not agree. And one of the referees just teed up Coach Kadlubowski from the other side of the court. Coach wants an explanation. The ref does not want to give it to him.
Yeah, Coach K's been hot all night. Doesn't agree with a lot of calls here. Maybe some frustration from a long season. But again, a guy like Coach K has been doing this for a long time. He deserves the right to yell at the refs when he sees fit, because he's seen enough.
As that was good from Sinjevsky. Continuing on the shout-outs, we just want to give a huge shout-out to Eitan Traurig for everything that he does, all the troubleshooting, directing, etc., all the stuff behind the scenes that maybe people watching on the broadcast don't necessarily realize what he does, organizing to make sure that there's all the cameramen, obviously all of our cameramen for everything that they do. Shout-out to Jarrett Lazarus. But speaking of shout-outs, we're going to send it to Mr. Akiva Poppers himself, standing by with another special guest.
Thank you, guys. I am here in the back row with the very tall Max, first player to get drafted into the NBA, and former rebound leader all-time for Yeshiva University, Dave Kufeld, class of 1980, right? Tell me about your experience supporting this team over the years.
Well, once you play for YU, it's an added cachet, an added connection that you really never leaves you, and it's such a pleasure to see how the program has evolved and developed, and to see so many people here on a Saturday night when they could be at the Svarim sale, but they're here. It's really a great thing. It's very positive.
And then just, we spoke quickly right before this about that the rebounding record. You guys didn't play so many games back in the day. And how many rebounds did you average in your senior season? 20?
More like 18, about 18.
Okay, so per game you probably have the record for the program.
I had one when I was a sophomore. I had, I think, 33 in one game. My little story about that is the manager asked me, he said, Dave, let me add another rebound, because I tied the late Shelley Rokoff's record. I said, I'm a sophomore, I have 2 more years, but games like that don't come too often. Even though.
It's great to have you here on Alumni Night. I've seen you at some other games as well. It's always great to have Max alumni come out and support the team. So thank you for coming out. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you for that interview, Akiva Poppers. Just to fact check that interview, Dave Kufeld has put in to the number 3 and number 4 seasons all time for average rebounds per game, averaging 17.7 in the 78-79 season, and 17.8 in the 78-79 season, and 17.7 in the 79-80 season. Behind Shelley Rokoff's 21.5 and 20.5 and 64-65 and 65-66 respectively.
Back in the day in 3rd grade rec league, I averaged like 20 rebounds a game, so I got Dave beat there, but still maybe it's slightly more impressive at the competition.
And Dave Kufeld, second all-time in Max history in rebounds. That was obviously taken over by Gabe Leifer. Gabe Leifer up 32, but in 27 more games.
Well, does Dave have another year of eligibility? Come back, and there's a foul there by Levy. And Effie Freundlich, the mensch that he is, goes to help him up.
And now we are going to interview special guest Johnny Halpert, former coach of the YU Maccabees, longtime mentor of Coach Elliot Steinmetz, and we're going to send it to Akiva Poppers for that interview.
Thank you, Yosef. I'm here with the legendary coach Johnny Halpert here on Alumni Night. I feel like I'm on like legendary row. We go one by one down the row. The closer we get to the announcers, the more legendary it gets. Tell me about your experience coaching Yeshiva for 42 years, and what was the most enjoyable part of that?
Thank you very much.
You want me to review 43 years of coaching in 18 seconds? I loved every minute of it. It was a great experience in the world, an opportunity to represent the Jewish people. You know, where can you find that? Great kids, great place, you know, so I have wonderful memories.
And then we see you at a lot of games coming and supporting the team. Tell me why. Why do you still come to the games? You know, even though, you know,
I love Yeshiva University. I love what it stands for. I love what they're doing. So the truth is I would come to more games, but I spend most of my time watching my grandchildren play. But, you know, this is great. It's a great environment. And so, you know, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. My prediction here is Yeshiva will prevail.
there you go. You heard it here first. YU is going to win this game. Thank you, legendary coach Johnny Halpert with me in the back row. Back to you guys in the booth, 3 lines down.
Thank you, Akiva. And just a shout out, we heard Mr. Kufeld give a shout out to this farm sale. Johnny Halpert actually has a book that is being sold at this farm sale. 2 books that are being sold at this farm sale, so make sure to check that out. This farm sale closing on Sunday, unfortunately for good for this year. So make sure to hit them up before it's too late. As that's Pedra taking it down, no good on the layup. And Mac's going to get called for a foul. I believe it's going to be Pedra going to the line for 2.
Yeah, Orr had his eyes on that one. Looked for the block, but I think he got some of the body on that one, so ended up being called a foul. But nevertheless, good hustle play by Orr, who seems to be doing a lot of that lately.
And a big shout out again to Johnny Halpert. 416 wins as the coach of the YU Maccabees. His banner forever enshrined here at the Max Stern Athletic Center. And we are going to have a special privilege after some coercion for a interview with Akiva Poppers and Mr. Lior Hode. Akiva Poppers, take it away.
Well, now I feel like I'm in the booth. What are we doing here? You know, you could have done this interview.
Maybe now that you're
right.
in the booth, I'll interview
Lior
now.
is telling them to get the ball over half court while we're in the middle of interviewing him. Lior, we see you at every game except when you were in Florida. Tell me about supporting this team and what it means to come back into this gym 40 years after you played.
Go up! Oh, sorry about it. What was the question? Sorry.
What's it like supporting this team and coming back 40 years after you played?
Well, I never left, so it's like, to me, it's like my extended team. I feel at home here. I feel that you know, we have a great program. We just have to keep playing our game. It's my family. It's like, you know, back the shot, no! Oh my goodness, I gotta get God on this guy closer. Listen, this is part of my culture. Oh, I'm sorry, this is really bad. It hurts when they play like this, but I understand that's part of the game. And I feel very close to all the guys. I come here for 40 years now, and I enjoy coming here. This is my happy place, as you know. I try not to miss too many games. And I like to see the guy grows, and I hope that one day they'll be able to pay it back, just like I have, you know. So I'm looking forward to be a good role model for them.
Do you have a prediction for how this game is going to go? Your coach Halpert gave his prediction. What do you think?
We're going to win.
All right, we got 2 we're going to win. Back to you guys in the booth.
Well, since we're right back in the booth with Akiva Poppers, we're going to actually stay with Akiva Poppers in 1 second, right after he just gets a quick comment with Coach Halpert. We're going to bring Akiva Poppers into the booth for a quick interview with him.
Yeah, if you want to hear elite ball knowledge, great personality, just a great man. I'm kind of obliged to say that, given he's my boss. But if you want to hear just the best person ever, again, contractually obligated, make sure you tune in for the Akiva Poppers interview coming soon. The little notes on the game over the past few minutes. It's been a little back and forth. Mount St. Mary has taken a 10-point lead. Connor Siren, you saw him hit a big 3. He has 21. The Graham brothers combining for 21. Akiva Poppers trying to get him to sit down here. He doesn't know what's going on. And Akiva Poppers officially in the booth with us. Partner, you take it away.
All right, we'll be with Akiva in 1 second. Coach Halpert just wants to finish that thought. And now we're in the booth with Akiva Poppers. Akiva, we got some questions for you. Effie Freundlich, he asked you how it's been to coach Ramaz. I was wondering, just to get the answer on that, how's it been in your experience being the head coach, obviously for the first time of the JV squad at Ramaz?
Coaching is a big. I don't know which mic am I on? I'm on this mic.
I think you're on Avery's mic. I'm on Avery's mic. You're good. You're good. Go with this one.
Yeah, it's coaching kids. We're dealing with 14, 15, 16-year-olds. It's a big responsibility. It's I don't think this mic is on. I'll talk.
It's on. It's on.
Okay, fine. The mic is on. Coaching kids is a big responsibility. We're talking about very development years, and not just talking basketball development years, but also like personal development years, where they're learning life lessons. They're learning about accountability. They're learning about work ethic. They're learning about time management. So it's a major responsibility, and we put in a lot of work because it is a major responsibility to try to get them to be as good as possible on the court. And I think the better we can get them to be on the court, the more they'll respect us as coaches, and they'll listen to what we have to say, and we can get through to them more and help them more in life.
Now, Akiva, you guys got a crucial playoff game coming up against Mag and David. I wonder what's gone into the prep for that game, and just what your thoughts overall on the opponent, and then on your what you're looking forward to with that one.
Mag and David is a tough first game for us, quarterfinal game. They were the 4 seed in their conference. We're the 1 seed in our conference. I think they're a lot better than the 4 seed in their conference, just in terms of the teams that are there. I've mostly finished prep work on that. I watched 8.5 of their games. So I basically watch every single game that I can. I learn every single piece of information that I can about them. And then we go and we transmit that information to our kids in as simplest terms as possible so that they can understand it without overthinking or confusing them. So we try to simplify everything that we learn on a complex level so that they can apply it in a game without overthinking it, and so we can take away what the opponent wants to do and hopefully come out victorious.
Now, Akiva, it's not just you on the coaching staff. You're also with the legendary Ari Schaff, Max Live legend.
Yep.
How's that been, the two of you kind of working together to bring Ramaz to #1 in JV?
Yeah, we wouldn't be where we are without Coach Schaff. Just in terms, the biggest thing that he provides for us is his ability to help in-game. He has such a great, and I think that we saw that as his time during Max Live, the insight that he's able to provide in-game, understanding exactly what's going on, understanding exactly what their team is trying to do to us, and understand how we should respond to that. The hardest part of being a coach is in-game adjustments. Because there's so many things that you're looking for. And it's so easy to look back, oh shoot, I should have done that, I should have done this. It's so easy to look back at the end, but you're looking for so many things over the course of the game that it's very difficult over the course of the game to see everything. And having that second pair of eyes, who is much better than I am at observing in-game and understanding those sort of things in the game, is so crucial. And he puts in a lot of work as well in practice preparation. He helped with our zone offense for this year, as well as other key aspects for the team. So we wouldn't be where we are without him, and he's a great role model as well for the kids.
Thank you, Akiva, for that interview. Maybe we'll get back to you a little bit later and discuss some other things Max Live related, as Noam Edry powering through, giving himself the and one opportunity, chance to cut the game to 5. But thank you, Akiva, for that. Now we're going to head back into the booth of Avery. Obviously, with this one, chance to go to, now at a 2-possession game. What are the Max going to have to do in the last 6+ minutes to close out here?
Yeah, I think you got to take care of the ball here, value possessions, lead into your size. We just saw Noam Edry. He's had a really good game today. He's got 8 points. So I think leaning on him and Orr and Dotan, and I guess Jonathan Levy as well, with the size they have, is going to be a key. And then just getting stops defensively, closing out on shooters. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this game unfolds.
Shout out to Marvin Azrak, who just came into the gym. Max Live legend. And a shout out to Akiva Poppers for watching 8.5 games of film for his quarterfinal JV playoff game. That just shows the dedication of a man like Akiva Poppers. Ben Toussaint working on the smaller Asher Falk. Going to draw a foul, so he'll head to the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity.
Yeah, I think Brendan Graham wasn't happy on that one. He was open in the corner. Toussaint didn't see him. but Tucson had a chance now with 2 free throws to get himself and his team to a 7-point lead.
We're going to send it down to Akiva Poppers for another interview with a special guest and a former YU Maccabee. Take it away, Akiva. I believe Akiva's mic is off. We'll try to get that fixed in 1 second. In the meantime, though, Tucson hit the first. So now it's 7-61. And he nails the second. So now 68-61, just under 6 to go. But we're going to send it to Akiva standing by with Harold Pearl, former YU Maccabee.
I'm joined here by Harold Pearl, who played for the Yeshiva University Maccabees from 1968 through 1972 for the legendary Red Saracek. We're going back a little bit in time. Tell me, what brought you out here on Alumni Night to support the team?
It's always good to come out and see the team play. Certainly playing a lot better now than we used to play back then, but it was a whole different game then.
And tell me, you played for the Macs before there was any of this, before there was a gym or anything. I would like to hear about that experience, because I don't think many of the fans watching at home understand what that was like. Tell me about the day-to-day of the experience playing for Yeshiva.
Well, we didn't have a gym on campus, so that means not only we not have a home court, but we didn't have a gym to practice in home court. So we either had to pile up in cars and go to practice, or take the subway and go to practice. I took extra time out of our practice or studies, whatever it was. But we had very dedicated kids in those days, but it was a different experience.
And lastly, just tell me, what was it like playing for Red Saracek? We don't often have the opportunity to interview players who played for Red Saracek. We know all about him. We know about his tournament. His name is up on that banner. But tell me about that experience.
It was a challenge. I got along great with him because he just wanted to play as hard as he could, but he was a perfectionist. And every time he saw something, and he saw things 3 steps ahead of the time that before you saw anything, and if you didn't do it right, he couldn't control himself. So it was not easy playing for him. You had to have thick skin to play for him. But I do want to mention that 2 of the most common moves on the court were created by Red Saracek, and that is a backdoor cut, and the other one is a step-back 3-point shot. It was created by Red Saracek.
Harold Pearl, Yeshiva University class of 1972. Thank you for the insight and the enjoyable interview. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Akiva. He just missed an unbelievable block by Orsinjevsky, and then he had the poise to go slow it down as we see the block on the replay. Just a great job by Orr getting up there on Graham and denying any opportunity at points. As 4:45 to go, 6-point lead, both teams in the double bonus. Asher Falk from the 3-point line. Now Johnny Levy over to Dotan. Ryan Graham on him. MSMC still in their zone. Dotan, 5 on the clock, taking it in, kicks it to Levy. Levy puts it up, no good. Rebound goes to Mount St. Mary. Fans getting a little bit restless after that possession. Asher Falk locked into defense on Ryan Graham. Max in their man. Ben Toussaint. Now Brendan Graham. Hands it off to Ryan, who puts it up for 3. No good. Jonathan Levy was fighting with J.P. Egan, but the Max come down with the rebound. Orsinjevsky taking it down. He's pretty much been the primary ball handler for the Max this game. Noam Edry. Asher Falk with it, 12 on the clock. Corner Sinjevsky. Gets Egan flying, and they'll say that Sinjevsky stepped out of bounds. He's trying to see which line he stepped on. But either way. Ryan Graham. And Sinjevsky fell down on that pass. Siren taking it inside. And that layup is good. So Siren going to go to the line for an and one opportunity. Now Knights up 8 with 3.5 to go.
And Connor Siren with 24 now. Chance to make it 24 as we have a timeout. And We are going to send this one to commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hey Max fans, this is Joseph Gittler, YU class of 1996, founder and chairman of Leket Israel. The skies are reopening, so come and volunteer with us in Israel as soon as you make it here. Please also consider supporting us as you think about your charity. And of course, go Max!
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. 71-63, Mount St. Mary lead over Yeshiva. Just like to give a shout out to the Mishpacha watching at home. Grandpa Charlie on JBS, big fan of JBS. Also want to give a shout out to Grandpa Shelley. He was yard side with us this past week, but he also played under Red Sarachek here at YU. And a shout out to Grandma as well. Shout out to Ellie Ruckelsman, my cousin Moshe Ruckelsman, who watch every game. Shout out to my parents, obviously. And I'm going to send it down to Akiva, who's with our esteemed president, Rabbi Dr. Ari Berman, for a wonderful interview. Akiva?
Thank you. I'm joined by President Rabbi Dr. Ari Berman, who's been making a lot of headlines himself recently. I know you always talk about how the Macs make headlines, but it's good to have Yeshiva University in the headlines in all aspects. Talk to me about what it's like to be in this Max Stern Athletic Center with this big crowd on a Saturday night.
Our student athletes are the best ambassadors for Yeshiva University, for the Jewish people. They go out and Makadesh Shem Shemayim, sanctify Hashem's name. So excited about what they're doing this season, and very excited about the upcoming week, the playoffs.
Yeah, talk to me about the playoffs. Home game on Tuesday night against Purchase. What do you enjoy the most about the playoffs?
I love the crowd. I love the energy. Everyone should come. Everyone who's listening, come to the Max game. Playoffs is nothing like it, especially as we begin the month of Adar soon. It is exciting times for Yeshiva University and for all of our fans.
Yeah, we're all hoping for some good Mishnah Nicholas Adar chance on Tuesday night. President Rabbi Dr. Ari Berman, always great to talk with you and catch up.
Thank you so much, and especially now with all the news in Israel and the news around the Jewish people, we all join with our tefillot, our prayers, bringing everything that we can to represent the Jewish people in the world, like our players, our students, our entire community. This is the time we need to show up, and I'm so appreciative of the work that you're doing as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you for that, Akiva. And a big shout out to, Rabbi Berman. This is probably, the most esteemed place he's spoken all year. Second,
second to the
under
White House.
that is, the White House, obviously. But obviously the Max Stern Athletic Center, very hush of a building.
Yeah, and, to go on to what the Rabbi Dr. Ari Berman said, our president, you definitely want to tune in. If you can't be here Tuesday night for the game, you definitely want to tune in for the game. It's going to be electric, nothing like Max playoff basketball, and definitely not something you want to miss. I'll definitely be there, ready to go.
And, of course, the legendary Mishnah Nicholas Adar chants, a road game at Purchase, as that's a nice play from Dotan. It was one of the main places where that started. Now it's going to be a home game against Purchase, or maybe we can keep it going. And that's a nice play by Ezra Siklik, but it hit the backboard. And despite the great defensive effort, the ball will reset, 2:26 to go in this one.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Orson Jeffsky right now. He's got 13 and 10 in this game. He'll definitely play a big role in the playoffs, but still showing up for a game like this where, maybe a lot of guys are going to rest and try to get ready for the playoffs, or still giving it his all. Just a testament to what he's been able to do this year as a leader of this team, and how he's really found a role for himself. It's been key for the Max.
As Graham lost the handle on it, but Asher Falk going to get called for the foul. 2:06 to go. Knights up by 9.
Yeah, I think for the Max now, I think you got to start pressuring a little more, maybe start trapping, maybe go with a full court press. You need to create chaos. You need to get yourself some extra possessions. And when you get the ball offensively, be aggressive and capitalize when given the chance.
Yeah, we just wanted to remind you, the fans, that Tuesday's game will be at 8 p.m. That will take place here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. And on the Max Live YouTube page. So either come in person or tune into that game. It's going to be a very energetic crowd here at the Max Stern Athletic Center. So you definitely won't want to miss it in person, but if not, tune into us. Now, Avery, Coach, referee Mel said he was, kind of scouting the refs tonight. How do you feel as a big fan of the referees yourself? How do you feel they've done here?
Yeah, I think they've been really good. You just got to give a lot of credit to what they do. I think a lot of times it's not easy. The game happens at a fast pace, so it's not easy to always make the right calls, but Skyline refs do their best, so shout out to them and what they do.
JP Egan with a casual block over there, telling Sklar absolutely not, as you can see on the replay. Ezra Siklik to inbound baseline for YU, 1:45 to go, 76-65. Mount St. Mary lead. Sklar, Max gonna have to hurry. Puts it up, no good. John Oakner tried for the board, but Ben Toussaint comes down with it. Max come out in a press, AJ Pedro with it, over to Egan. JP Egan, setting himself up to be, one of the key pieces of this Mount St. Mary team for future years. Got a pretty high ceiling. Coach Kalibowski is looking forward to what he can be going forward. 1:17 to go in this one. 8 on the shot clock. Ryan Graham shake and bake on Ezra Siklik. And that's no good. Going to be a foul on Yeshiva. And it's going to be called on Asher Falk. Jonathan Oakner going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, speaking of this, the future of the St. Mary's team, definitely going to be excited to see what they have next year with Brendan Graham, Ryan's brother, Justin Rivera. You talked about JP Egan. They're trying to get AJ Pedro back, so some of these guys, an exciting team, a bright future, and definitely looking forward to seeing this matchup again next year.
And they're announcing in the gym, tickets will be free to Tuesday's game against Purchase, but first come, first serve. And I would assume that we will fill up here at the Max Stern Athletic Center, so make sure to come early and come often, as they say.
Who's they? Who's they, partner?
The people.
The people. Who's the people? The people gotta know. But yeah, I mean, some of my best basketball memories, I think a lot of people in the Jewish community.
And we're gonna send it to Sideline Shorts for what may be the last interview of the night. Akiva Poppers. Akiva, take it away.
Oh, it's not an interview, or just had a message.
Hi, Mom. I love you. Hi, Dad. I love you.
Okay, back to guys in the booth.
And thank you, Akiva Poppers and Orson Jevsky, for that quick, for that quick message to his parents. Ben Toussaint coming out of the game. Those are going to be his last minutes as a member of the Mount St. Mary Knights, getting hugs from the coaches and the fans. Ryan Graham is going to be his last minute of Knights basketball. Connor Siren as well. Let's see what they can make happen here. JP Egan. Offensive foul on Ryan Graham. Dapping up Ezra Siklik after that.
Yeah, shout out Ezra Siklik. Great play right there.
And we're going to send it down to Akiva Poppers for what might actually be the last interview of the night with the esteemed manager of the team, Joel Weinstein.
I'm here with Joel Weinstein. Come on, Silver. Joel Weinstein from Memphis, Tennessee. Here on the bench, the manager of the Yeshiva University Maccabees basketball team. Joel, tell me about your experience the last 3 years writing down all those numbers for the coaching staff.
Listen, I'm sworn to secrecy. I can't actually talk about the numbers, but it's been an absolutely amazing experience. I owe everything. I'm trying to see my boys. All right. I'm just trying to see my boys do well out here. Let's go, score! And one! Yeah! But I owe everything to this team. They made my YU experience so much better, and I'm just happy to be here senior night. The tournament starts Tuesday. We got to lock in. We got to get some dubs. That's what it's about.
What's your message to the fans?
Honestly, life's a great time. Just follow the YU Maccabees. It makes everything better. And I'll see you guys Tuesday. We need the fans here. We need you guys present. And we'll see you, baby. Let's go. Let's get a dub.
Joe Weinstein on the bench, manager of the Yeshiva University Maccabees basketball team.
That's what they said.
He says manager of the year.
I agree. He is the best guy ever. He will do anything you need for us, for the team. And shout out Zali. anyone got an internship? fu.forwardlook@gmail.com. Hit me up.
That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. I'm down for a job, too. I am down for a job. About to graduate. If anybody has some nice jobs, I would love to apply. Thank you, guys.
If you got to give a Maccabee a job, call me up, and I'll connect you. Back to you guys in the booth.
As we're getting standing O's here at the Max Stern Athletic Center, Connor Siren, Ryan Graham checking out of the game for the last time as Mount St. Mary's Knights. Obviously, it's been great careers for both of them. They've been key parts of this team. 11 seconds to go in this one. As Brendan Graham just going to dribble it out. Taps up Hillel Bainash at the end of this one. And as the horn sounds, 78-69. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the post-game show after these messages. Welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. The Yachad Alumni Network presents Met at Yachad, a dinner and trivia event. Save the date, Monday, March 31st at 7:30 p.m. in downtown Manhattan. For more info, go to yachad.org/Met. Additionally, if you are looking for the best summer ever, NCSY Summer has epic trips to Israel, Europe, and across the U.S. Don't miss out. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at ncsy.org/summer. So tonight we obviously had a great game. The MSMC Knights, Mount St. Mary, against Yeshiva. It wasn't necessarily about the basketball in this one, which YU did not emerge victorious. However, obviously, this game did not mean much in the standings. Both teams kind of, taking it easy. Big shout out to our seniors, Ezra Siklik and Effie Fornlich. Big shout out to Mount St. Mary's seniors, Ryan Graham, Connor Siren, and Ben Toussaint, all making big impacts tonight. I don't think we're going to do a post-game interview. We had enough mid-game interviews that we're not going to bother you guys with that again. But make sure to come back here Tuesday night for the Yeshiva University Maccabees first round playoff game against the Purchase Panthers. That'll be here at 8 p.m. Come watch in person. Come early to make sure that you can get a seat for the game. If not, you'll be watching here, Max Live. That game once again is at 8 p.m. Tune in to Max Live. Make sure to join the WhatsApp chat. Subscribe on YouTube. And for the legendary Avery Stepner, who's done such a great job as the color commentator all season, he's not here, so I can give a shout out to him. He's done a great job. Shout out to everyone else who's announced games for us this season. Charlie Bentheim, of course, Akiva Earlbaum, Aaron Whedon, Yisrael Einhorn, among others. But stay tuned, because despite the fact that this is the end of the regular season, we still have playoffs on Tuesday night. But for now, Mount St. Mary 78, Yeshiva 69. Have a great week. Shavua Tov.